everyone, and welcome to the first ever Solution Engineering Day in the Life Spotlight video powered by WISE, the Women in Solution Engineering ERG here at DocuSign. My name is Kiana McCormick, and I'm a Senior Value Engineer, as well as the Diversity and Inclusion Chair for WISE. With the help of some of our WISE members and allies that you'll hear from in just a moment, our committee put together this Spotlight video to showcase what goes in to the pre-sales world beyond what you might find in our job descriptions. We hope that this gives you a glimpse into the authentic day in the life of people in our solution engineering organization as we continue to do the work of our lives. To kick us off with my perspective on one of the prompting questions, what energizes you about being in the SE org? I'm personally energized by the opportunity to partner with such high-performing SEs in my core value selling role to define business value for our most strategic customers. But then I'm especially energized to collaborate with that same group of SEs for WISE diversity and inclusion programs and initiatives.
What energizes me the most about being an SE is when I get that phone call from my account executive screaming and shouting, saying that the customer has signed the contract and is going with the solution that we proposed. We work so hard testing and prepping and making sure that the solution we're advising our customer to follow is the right fit. So when it all comes together at the end and we say, all right, we've got this deal locked down, that makes me feel really good and it keeps me going for the next call.
So my commute pre-COVID was about 25 minutes to downtown Seattle. I'd find a parking garage and walk a block to the DocuSign Tower. Now I live in Portland and wake up and walk about 15 steps to the kitchen. I grab a coffee and then another 20 steps downstairs to my office in the background here.
To be successful in proposals, you gotta love a deadline, but deadlines come with urgency. Managing projects with large groups of people who have their own full-time jobs and are often pressed for time brings unique challenges. Time management and clear, concise communication are skills that I practice and hone every single day in order to pull together the best and most complete responses we can for our customers.
I would be lost without my calendar. It helps me focus, it helps me stay on task, it reminds me of, let's say, customer-facing meetings that I have, whether it's a discovery or a demonstration, and it allows me to block off time so I can actually prepare for those meetings so that I come to the table with a very prescribed approach of what's going to handle their pains and what's going to make them successful.
I said that I wanted to be a ballerina. And for obvious reasons, that was not feasible. Cannot dance still or then. But when things got a little more realistic, I think the first actual career that I wanted to embark upon was to be a teacher. I was pretty good at math and I liked explaining concepts to people. So I wanted to be a high school math teacher from probably around the time I was in late grade school to high school.
As a solution engineer on the Majors install team, most of my calls are of course with customers. I run discovery calls and I'm trying to really truly understand not only their pain points, but ultimately their objectives. And then of course, from that discovery, if it makes it to that point, we will go into a product demonstration. So again, that's probably the majority of my day-to-day Zoom conversations.
A non-pre-sales role that I've had was as a project manager for WeWork. I was building out their member spaces, which were multi-million-dollar budgeted projects, and I was held accountable by multiple stakeholders: landlords, legal teams, real estate teams, even design teams. And I felt like this really helped prepare me for pre-sales by understanding the importance of building relationships to ensure project success, as well as exercising a creative mind to getting some of the toughest things done.
Before I was a solution engineer at DocuSign, I held a job titled Experiential Marketing Specialist, which was a fancy way to say I demoed a product to the public. It was a wearable device that you strap to your face, and electrodes got admitted to your nerves under your skin. Very weird, very ahead of its time, but they needed a team to deliver this product to the people and show the public how to use it. So I've been demoing tech products for many years. That was before I even knew a solution engineer existed. So I definitely say it helped get me here, although my days look very different now than they used to.
In the pre-sales role, it's important to have a growth mindset. And what I mean by that is try to remember that feedback is a gift, whether it be tips on how to change your demo style, deepening your product knowledge, or how you're collaborating with your AE. There is always an opportunity to learn something new or a skill to get better at. So even if there is a setback, take it as an opportunity to grow, get better, and learn from it.
All right, the question is, what made me pursue a career in pre-sales? And I was fortunate in college to work at a software company testing software, and minored in computer science, actually graduated and moved into a developer role writing software, and real quick realized that wasn't for me. But I was within an engineering team that needed someone to travel around to install the software. And I loved that. It was great. I got to travel all over the country. I had an expense budget. I was very young, and I liked the gig. I moved into the services from there. And then I had a sales leader that I worked very closely with. He was really like a mentor to me. And he's the one who pulled me over into pre-sales and really made me realize what a wonderful career path this is. And really it's a destination career for me. I actually never in my early days imagined moving into a leadership role. I just love the job so much, and I could see myself in the role long term. I love this job, in case you can't tell.
One of the awesome things about becoming an SE is that there really isn't a guided path to this role. No one says they want to be an SE when they grow up. You can come from any background and still find success here. So when I hire for the role, I'm more often looking for transferable or relatable skills, not necessarily specific experience. The top things I tend to look for are curiosity and EQ, emotional intelligence. You have to want to know more, whether it's talking to the customer, understanding their processes, or learning a wide variety of technologies. If you don't want to expose yourself to that type of learning, or simply prefer to iterate through a well-baked process, then this is probably not the role for you. I also feel that those that have a high EQ may find great success as well. There's a constant barrage of interactions from your team, account executives, the customer, whether you're speaking to the business end user or IT professional, such as a programmer or developer, and a host of other business partners that this role must interface with, and all of those interactions have their own unique challenges.
So at a high level, I look for flexibility, creativity, and a collaborative and growth mindset. DocuSign's suite of solutions is ever-changing, growing, and evolving. So curiosity and the ability to adapt to these changes is also a huge must. We all know that solution engineers act as a liaison between sales, technology, the customers, account management, product, and the list goes on and on. So to me, someone that can articulate the story of the value that our solutions can bring to solve for the pains and challenges that the customer is struggling with is absolutely critical.